At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. It's not bad to have some green bubbles for 2 nights in a row. Through all the chaos, the turmoil, the FUD. Twitter right now is, it's just it's like the Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis fight. Just a complete shit show. I don't know if any of you guys saw highlights of that, but oh my God, that was probably the worst boxing match ever for the shit talking that went into that thing. Oh my God, hilarious. But yeah, the thing that I don't even know what the hell Loom Network is. Honestly, haven't looked into it one bit. But Rocket Pool, that catches my eyes. The DeFi liquid staking narrative. We saw that a lot of money is pouring into these protocols. And still, they're fudding Ethereum like crazy, saying Bitcoin whales and ETH whales are not the same. Bitcoin whales are way better because, according to on-chain analysis, ETH whales that hold 1,000 or more ETH have been in a sharp downtrend since 2020. On the other hand, Bitcoin whales have been quietly accumulating. Okay. That's pretty funny. The disparity in activity by the whales led to a flurry of theories from the PDI, Atropa, and Richard Hart community, with prominent figures such as Richard Hart in the Bitcoin community seizing the chance to fire shots at its ETH community counterparts. No, I'm just kidding, guys. It's a shit show. It's everywhere. Every single community, there's infighting, bullshitting, maximalism, tribalism. It's across the board. Everywhere. So this is just what the bear market does. For any of you guys that have not been around in a bear market before, this is your experience in your first one. It's like when you think you've seen it all, something else happens. Then something else happens. It doesn't stop. And it's gonna do this, I think. And then all of a sudden, just like in January, earlier this year, we just started pumping for no reason. And then the euphoria, everything is back. Everyone's happy. I was talking to one of my buddies today and telling them, I remember in the bull market in 2020, 2021, people were shitting on HEX, but inside the community, there wasn't any infighting. Everybody was happy. And now it's just turned into a complete different world. And this is where, you separate yourselves from the herd. You make moves. You do research, you find new projects that other people aren't talking about, and you get in early. And this, to me, is all opportunity here. So what up, Russ? Good to see you here. Brizology. There he is, the man. Davis, good to see you, bro. All drippy. I think we're there, if not close. Me too, bro. My prediction all along has been October 16th to 19th. The SEC has to respond to a bunch of the ETFs. I think something's going to happen this week. My gut just tells me. And Richard, this tweet he put out, absolutely epic. Sami said it so well. The video he put out a little while ago saying that, the judges and the SEC, they're used to coming across scam artists and legit scumbags. So when you see this from Richard Hart and you're a judge and you have a viral community saying this guy is not scamming us, Richard Hart has done nothing wrong. And I hope all you guys are doing that and using the link that Richard posted and emailing the SEC about your feelings. So Richard means hard ruler. I love it. Just talking about all the scumbags, the dead bodies down the river, Mashinsky, SBF, Do Kwon, Suzu. They're all in jail now. And what do they all have in common? I spoke out against all them publicly and they didn't like me. Oh, and they took people's money in a common pool with the expectation of a profit. This is the opposite of why crypto was invented, of course. Richard is just playing 4D chess everywhere he goes. He's positioning himself to win already. What's the argument the SEC is going to have after you read this? A judge reads this letter, and this is his words as he's being accused of being a fraudster, a criminal, a scammer, whatever. How many of these other assholes put up messages like this? Alex and Do Kwon, these guys were all hiding. They were all trying to catch flights to different countries. And here's Richard being as honest as possible. The crippleware enthusiasts and regulators are responsible for the billions of dollars lost to the centralized entities crypto was invented to destroy. Does only a few centralized entity or exchanges seem like a free and open market? And who is crippling that market? The regulators. And who benefited from all the centralization in just a few entities? The scammers and incumbents. Who lost? You. And those that didn't listen to me lost far, far more. Richard is a legend, guys. And I'm so happy that Pulsechain is doing the numbers we're doing right now without him even here. Without our supreme leader. We're still in the top 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, number 9. Still ahead of Avalanche, Osmosis, Kava, Moonbeam, Phantom. Guys, what else can you ask for? Most projects would have crippled by now. The communities would have fallen apart. Kind of like what's happening to Teddy Bear and Atropa right now. I mean, I'm getting wrecked on Teddy. I bought some more at like 7,000 maybe, and I'm down almost 50% now. And the shit coming out on Twitter, it's bad. So Richard's coming out here doing this, and there's FUD all over from the 414 wallet to scamming people. The teddy bear guy is out, I guess, now. Teddy bear. I don't even know what is. I don't know. He was just on the home feed, but there's just battles all over the place. Let's see if it can come where it was. Oh, see what Steven has to say about Atropa. It would have lasted. We need to have a good 80-90% drop. Not a TA. I go. Yeah. We did need a dip. Just bought more Teddy. Major bottom signal. Right here. As the owner of the unofficial Teddy Twitter, I'm withdrawing support and extend my heartfelt apologies. 414 coins, Maria, have been nothing more than a scam. Let's shift our focus to projects like Mega Inu and HOA. All right, HOA. So you're just shilling to another. I don't know, guys. This is the bear market. This is the bottoming signal. Regardless, it's a bottom signal. So I'm going to just keep doing my thing. Pulse Reflections, I believe in it. That's dipped hard too. I think it's lumped in with PDI, Atropa, and that ecosystem. So people that held all of them and ran, I'm thinking Pulse Reflections suffering the same fate. But, who knows? You got to be careful. So Axis, look at that, 9,400. But bounced off the bottom from like 6K. Now rocking that $9.4 billion market cap. You got to love it. What up, Cody? Good to see you, my man. Bullish for Pulsechain. Yes, it is. Tex Glenn. What's going on? Godfather J6. Hello, Mr. Mobius. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. So, guys, we got Tether making moves through all the FUD. They now promoted their CTO to CEO. Paolo Arduino. And look who we replaced. I don't know if any of you guys are golf fans and know about John van der Velde from the British Open in 1999 when he had a 3-shot lead on the last hole and made a triple bogey to go into a playoff and then blew it. But man, he's out now. And I mean, there was some shady stuff going on with the guy from Mighty Ducks. But Tether is buying so much short-term debt from the United States and their bills. I don't know how they're going to go anywhere. So throughout the FUD, Binance too, like I'm done with it. Binance is here to stay. Tether's here to stay. They're almost 4 times the market cap of Circle. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was someone involved with Circle that's funding the hell out of Binance in these hit pieces. And also too, today, MetaMask appears to have been removed from the Apple App Store. But it's back now, I guess. So what the hell's going on? Like, this is just bizarre. I don't know what this is. The random hit pieces on the random different projects out here, but I guess that's what the bear market is for. RBC, let's see here what you want, Davis. I don't know anything about it, bro. I haven't thrown $1 at RBC. But if you got in anytime in the last 3 weeks, you're up. Well, if you got in a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks, you're up. Pull up the HOA chart. How is HOA doing? I have it. What the hell? Where did it go? It's not on my watch listing. What the hell happened? HOA was on my watch list. No wonder I'm not seeing it there. What's the thickest liquidity pulse? Wow, how did I not get on the watch list? Yep, HOA bouncing back nice. Bounced back nice after that dip. Damn, I don't know how much. That pisses me off. I would have bought that dip for sure. Because I have a bag of HOA. Oh well. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. So yeah, I don't know what this MetaMask shit is. What this scare was. That they want us to associate crypto not being in the App Store anymore, or get used to that, or I don't know. Is it setting the stage? I don't know. It's just bizarre. But this here is what I like to see. Crypto giants, Hedera, XRP, XLM, Cardano, all set for ISO compliance. $1 trillion markets and central bank partnerships. Like we know all this stuff, but just seeing that, how they describe it. Ripple's mission to overhaul cross-border payments. Stellar, emphasizing affordability and accessibility for the global financial systems. Their unique consensus algorithm, this SCP, facilitates rapid transaction confirmations, streamlining cross-border transactions and value exchanges. But Stellar isn't just about payments. It's engineered to drive financial inclusivity, catering to remittances, tokenized assets, and the underserved regions. And the underserved regions, that's where people here in the United States, we don't comprehend what these cryptos can do for the third world, for workers, for migrants, and people whose currencies are inflating out of control. So that's why, I'm just so bullish on XLM. I talk about all the time. Hedera too, combining decentralization with enterprise council governance. You got to love it. Heightened scalability and security. That's what it gets it for me, or does it for me, is how fast it is and how endlessly scalable. And then they put IOTA in here. That's hilarious. And Cardano down at the bottom. Cardano is not just a blockchain. Cardano offers dual layer platform. I'm bullish on Cardano long term. I hold the bag in ITRUSTCAPITAL in my long term account, but I would never hold Cardano. Well, that's not true. If I didn't have my IRA and I was new to crypto and putting together my long-term blue chip portfolio, I would probably buy a little bit of Cardano, a little bit of XRP, but way more HBAR and XLM. If it was between those 4 or these 5 here, I would be 35% XLM, 35% Hedera, 15% XRP, and then 5% Cardano and IOTA. I don't know. I'd probably go to Quant, but that's tongue in cheek, friends, tongue and cheek. So also Ripple, the XLS 30 amendment is about to go live. I was looking around at the new liquidity pools, the new automated market maker that's coming. And as much as people hate it, like there's the XRP ledger is being built for the big money to come in, not for us to play around and launch meme coins on and do our degen stuff and, you know, build real projects. It has specific uses that are coming, and the open public liquidity pools, those are going to be incredible. When we can take our assets and throw them in these pools and not have to worry that, oh God, when people come in, the rates are going to go down, the returns are going to get crushed. That's not how these work. The bigger they are, the more they grow, the bigger your yield gets, which is the polar opposite to what's going on now. So I'm really bullish on this. Like I can't wait to dump coins in, especially like stable coins with XRP. I really think that XRP and XLM after this bull run, they're not going to retrace nearly as much as the other coins. You know, legislation's going to erase 80%, probably 90% of the coins out there right now. And the ones that survive, then out of those ones, the ones that have the most utility and are being used, I think they're going to stay very, very, very consistent. They're not going to dip nearly as much. Like there were coins that have gone up in the last year. Casper, XDC, they're outliers, but they're there. And I think that's what's going to happen after this next bull run, heading into the next bear market. So that's where I'm going to be tossing a lot of, you know, XLM and XRP into these pools and just earning passive income. You think XRP will even be sellable when big money takes over it? So I don't think big money is necessarily taking over it, as it's going to come into the ledger and onto the ledger, into the liquidity pools, into DeFi, into, you know, they're going to tokenize stuff there. You know, it's hard for pension funds, for retirement funds, hedge funds. They can't just invest in crypto. They have to do it through ETFs and through other vehicles. And when these hedge funds are going to be allowed to invest in DeFi, they're going to just put big money into it, and that's going to grow yield for all of us. So it's like a win-win for everybody. And XRP is really, it's like a settlement coin. It doesn't have to have an astronomical value. It just has to be neutral and extremely fast and extremely cheap. And it is. And they have the deals in place right now, Ripple does, to where they're going to be using XRP. And it just is what it is. It's inevitable. They will sell the tech to private big corporations and then rename the token for DeFi. That's a possibility, but what Ripple is doing now is they're not forcing their new partners to have to use XRP. That's what was pissing off a lot of people like 3 years ago. But now that they rebranded and they're not forcing that on their customers, I think that's a big win. But, you know, it's like, you know, I talk about these coins because they're going to be bullish for all crypto. It's going to pump all of our bags. But I own them outside of my Liquid Richard Heart, all my, you know, altcoins, my Hedera altcoins. That's the stuff I want to hold this bull market. You know, the ISO coins and the other stuff, like I hold those for long-term thinking. Like I'm not expecting XRP to do a 50x or XLM to 100x. I'm expecting it to do phenomenally well and keep growing at a steady pace to where in 20, 25 years, when they're worth hundreds of dollars and we got in for 8 cents, it's like, it's a no-brainer at that point. And it's whatever, as long as you're in the projects that survive, that's all that matters. If it's XRP, if it's HBAR, if it's Cardano, if it's Solana, whatever it is, These are generational entry points. And the ones that do survive are going to go to $1 trillion market caps. And it's hard to think about now, but it is coming. And Japan here, they are a massive, massive Ripple partner with SBI Holdings. I have some of their stock, SBI Holdings, on E-Trade. And also Santander Bank. That's another gem. Look it up. It's up 50% in the last year while everything's crashing. So there are things that are outperforming. And when they tokenize carbon credits for consumers, making retail in-store usage to NFTs, this is all coming. Japan is years ahead of us technology-wise. And they are now, their banks are about tokenization, not just digital currency. So they see the writing on the wall. Now, I saw a thing that $16 trillion is the estimated market cap by 2030, and that's conservative. But the high-end valuation, 68 trillion. So imagine if they settle towards the lower end and it's like 30 trillion, and the entire industry right now is only 1. So could you imagine one little sector of the market being 30 times the size of everything we have right now? And there's only a few blockchains that can handle tokenizing this stuff and deploying it. And it's funny that they throw out Cosmos here for blockchain interoperability. I don't know if I bet you that was paid to be put in here into this article. But I'm not. Cosmos, I was really bullish on last cycle, but they're struggling now. I do have a little bit of injective staked because it's like 12% for the yield, and that's kind of exposure to Cosmos. And I think I have like 100 Atom tokens in my IRA, so it's not much. But just in case, like, it's one of the blue chips right now that's been around. And if they can pull off what they are working for, I know a lot of developers like the SDK stuff. I know Corium, the developers over there, they work with the IBC. So banks can settle amongst themselves bilaterally by netting all transfers once a day. Business smart contracts involve 2 types. One is the user asset contract, which defines the nature of the asset. For example, that might be an NFT, a carbon credit, or an insurance policy. So guys, all that type of stuff is going to be on the blockchain. Like all of our insurance, all of our bills, all of our medical records, all of that stuff is going to be on the blockchain in 5 to 10 years. And it's just being able to see that now and visualize it and be able to invest in the projects that have the partnerships that are building the infrastructure for this stuff to be able to exist. I don't know what specific company or project is going to tackle each specific little niche of the market, but I want to invest in the one that's laying the foundation down for everybody to use. It's like, instead of, or having Pulsechain versus Liquid Loans, which is tackling DeFi lending, or the new Aave fork that's coming. I'd rather just invest in Pulsechain, and instead of trying to pick that project. And that's what I'm bullish on. And then last thing too here, the UK regulators facing pressure from the city minister over crypto rules. So guys, the regulations have sparked a conflict due to differing perspectives on digital assets. In a letter to the Financial Conduct Authority, Griffin expressed concerns of crypto companies, the unclear nature of the rules, which prohibit unauthorized crypto firms from promoting their services to UK customers. Guys, it's just advertising. Big deal. Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, has actively been supporting cryptocurrency and advocating for regulatory framework. And this asshole even tried to launch an NFT from their Treasury Department in the middle of the bear market. And they were like, dude, whoa, what are you doing? We are broke. People are broke. You can't be launching this NFT project right now, dude. Chill out. So they pulled the plug on that. But I see how this guy is itching and scratching to take this to the next level. And he is a former work colleague of Gilbert Verdian at Quant. quant massive partner with the Bank of England. So I see all the connections behind the scenes, and I'm just excited for where this is going. It's validation from 4 years ago when these things were pipe dreams, and there was like all hope and speculation. Well, now everything is going live. All the pilots are done. They were announced years ago. Oh, pilot coming, partnership coming, whatever. Well, now they're here and they're being rolled out in real time. And these, I think we're just picking up to have a massive year in 2024 across the board in crypto. I think we're going to shock people. And I think it's going to start next week. I'm sticking to it. The 16th through 19th. Something's going to change. The SEC is being shit on now. So much bad stuff is coming out in the FTX trial. Like, they can't. How much longer can they play these games for before it all just blows up in their face? And they don't want that to happen in an election year, while right before Sleepy Joe needs to get reelected. So, we'll see where it goes. Did I see Sunny me this blue fair launch stealth launch? I didn't. I did not. But I'm sure Davis might FOMO into it. Davis will throw a rack into it. Holler at him. That's way too long of a name for me. Sonny's meth is blue. Fair launch. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good on that one, bro. Yo, mommy, good point. Don't forget to learn Chinese just in case. I just said hello, Clintrons. Good day in Chinese. Or I mean in Mandarin, sorry. Mandarin in Chinese. Jesus. So yeah, guys, we're setting up, I think, for some explosions. Like, how much worse can it get? How much more can bad news drive down these prices? Bitcoin will not drop below 25K. SBF, came out in his trial that he wanted to blow it up, get it down as low as possible. He couldn't do it. So someone's defended in the price of Bitcoin. And that just makes me bullish. And these things happen so fast. You're in crypto for years and all your gains come within like a 2 to 3 week period, or a majority of your gains come like this past January when HEX ran up. That's when we made the most this year in that 2 week, 3 week period. Then the whole rest of the year sucks. And then boom, you get another week. That's why it's so important to just be in it. You got to be in it to win it. And then once you start chasing, it's over. I have very, 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 very few people do I know that said, oh, yeah, I caught the tail end of the bull run, went all into one coin and it worked out. I know about 2 people, and that was if they made that move any other time between a 6-month window, it would have been disastrous. So you got to, guys, just be smart, pack your bags. These are generational entry points across the board for the ones that are going to win, the ones that are going to be around for the next 50 to 100 years. You're going to be able to tell your grandkids. Shit, I remember when I was watching VibraStream and he was shilling all these coins that they were inflation coins or they were bankers coins or they just sucked, and now they're running the world. And now they have trillions of dollars of tokenized assets, bonds, mutual funds, you name it, running on their blockchains. And people were too stupid to see it, or they were in denial because they're over leveraged in somewhere else and they can't buy into it. So they're going to talk shit on it, or they're locked up in one thing. And so they can only talk about that because they have to. Otherwise, they're screwed financially. So, I'm in that position where if these things start to look shitty, I'm going to change my mind and go do more research and find the next, batch of winners. I'm really bullish now on Metis, Layer Zero, and like the ZK Syncs, the L2 stuff. I think that like even Arbitrum, Optimism, they're going to do really well. So if you can find a couple of the better altcoins inside those ecosystems, that's opportunity. So that's all I got for tonight, guys. Just want to do a quick So just some good news. Be bullish, be excited, because it's just so toxic out there. It's horrible. You go down Twitter, it's just all fun, people arguing. Even now you can't even watch Discourse Syndicate streams without drama. So I try to keep it positive, keep it moving. I just point out the building that's going on, the partnerships being made, and these things that are just like sneaking by without people realizing how significant these things are. So, like, share, subscribe, guys, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video.
At Vibra Finance,